Welcome everyone to the 7 Days Podcast, where today we'll be talking about a lot of rumors going on regarding Survivor Series and Monday Night Raw on why AOP were chosen to beat Seth Rollins, and also Brock Lesnar has a new deal that will carry him throughout WrestleMania 35, and also, other news about WrestleMania 35 main event, Daniel Bryan, and more. But before we get to that, I wanted to say thanks to everyone that watched my Survivor Series pay-per-view. It's giving me flashbacks to when I uploaded Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in 2K18, and within that week, I was able to surpass 1,000 plus views. I was able to get to at least 2,000 views by the end of that week, and then next couple weeks, I will just grow and grow, and 1 year later, or at least 11 months later, it's now at 26,900 or 309 views, around there, and it's insane. And now, with my Survivor Series pay-per-view, it's at 898 views, and it's only been about over 24 hours right now. Holy shit. So I'm assuming that by the end of the week, it's gonna reach over 2,000 views. And I'm gaining a lot of subs too. I literally watched I went on my channel, and I see my subscriber count, and I see 2,190. Literally hours later or a day later, 2,198. Jesus Christ. And now I'm sitting at 2,202. So, again, thanks to everyone that watched the premiere, that watched it after, everything. Thank you all, and I apologize for the coughing in the video. I'm really sick, but I really wanted to get the video out. And plus, I thought there was times where I shut off my mic to where I can go ahead and cough, and apparently that's not the case. So, yeah, fuck me anyways. So I want to thank everyone for watching it, and let's begin 7 Days Podcast. A lot has happened. They're finally moving forward towards Survivor Series, thank God, and not, anything else Saudi Arabia related. And can I just say that Crown Jewel was a piece of shit show from beginning to end? I love Hogan. I'm past that whole racist shit that he went through years ago. I'm past that. Alright? It's just that he came through, he said what he had to say, and then he left. He said he was the host of the show, but then he left right after and never shown again on Crown Jewel. Then you had Shane McMahon winning the World Cup. You had Brock Lesnar screwing Braun Strowman. Trying to make Braun Strowman the new Roman Reigns now, which is fucking ridiculous if you ask me. And then Styles and Joe was lackluster, but it was still a good match regardless. And Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio was probably the best match of the night. And that's it. And Shawn Michaels looked good in the main event. Everyone else sucked. Triple H, I hope you get better soon, man. Taker and Kane. Yeah, Kane, you should stick with your mayor services. We don't really need you wrestling anymore. I mean, I have no problem you coming back and maybe doing a segment like choke slamming people. But unless you get better in the ring, I don't want to see you in the ring, Kane. Taker, you prove it to me. You see, I think you're just holding back at Crown Jewel, honestly. But I think Undertaker could go further than what he did at Crown Jewel. So if you have Michaels versus Taker, bruh, we're not gonna get exactly an exact replica of WrestleMania 25 and 26, but it'll still be one of the best matches on the main roster of the year compared to all the other matches we've seen over the past couple of years. Now, with that being said, let's get to the rumors, apparently, from FoxSportsAsia.com. I never heard of this website before, just saying. Rumors. Finish to Brock Lesnar vs. AJ Styles revealed. Okay, one of the biggest matches announced for Survivor Series 2018 is Universal Champ Brock Lesnar taking on the WWE Champion AJ Styles for the second year in a row at Survivor Series. Lesnar got the win last year, and out this year, Styles are going to make it 1-1. The Phenomenal One has been WWE Champion for almost a year at the time of the writing and will not go down without a fight. According to Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer, if WWE booking is anything to go by, this could be Styles' turn to win. However, he noted that if Styles wins, it will probably be with the help of the interference of Braun Strowman, the man who Lesnar screwed, not beat, he did beat, but still screwed at Crown Jewel with the help of acting Raw GM in Baron Corbin. Meltzer said, AJ and Brock is really interesting, but because if you look at it from one standpoint, they wrestled before and Brock won. So in a sense, Raw won. So they're doing it again, so it should be SmackDown's turn. Meltzer finished by saying that even if Brock were to lose, he would be booked strong so that he doesn't look weak for when he eventually loses the Universal title. And yeah, that's true. You know, obviously, I figured Strowman's going to interfere the second they screwed Strowman out of the title at Crown Jewel. So I figured that at Survivor Series, when Styles and Brock go at it again, it's going to be Styles getting the win this year with the help of the Monster Among Men and Braun Strowman. And that's that. Now, from Sportskeeda, we got another rumor about the possible reason why AOP were chosen to defeat Seth Rollins. So, basically, yeah, on Raw, Rollins was forced to defend the tag team titles, against AOP, who were the ones to step up and face Seth. And, you know, Ambrose was not there because he turned his back on Rollins weeks ago on Raw, the night when Roman told the world that he was sick with leukemia. He had to go fix it. He had to go deal with that. All that matter is that AOP are now the Raw Tag Champion who faces the Bar at Survivor Series. And yeah, the fact they were chosen as a team to defeat Rollins and take the titles hasn't sat well with the universe of WWE. Raw's tag team division isn't as lucrative as SmackDown's, with the likes of Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt sidelined. Chad Gable currently plying with his trade with Bobby Roode. It appears that the company has limited options, and according to Give Me Sport, the thought of a feud between the Revival and AOP was enough to give Akam and Razar the nod on Monday night. So I guess the rumor is saying that after AOP won the tag titles, they seemingly step into a feud with the Revival, who were recently victorious over Gable and Roode on Main Event. And I really love how people always say Main Event Superstars. They don't even realize that Superstars was canceled 2 years ago. And I was on the last show. I was there for the last Superstars. I mean, it's not really a big accomplishment, but still, you know, I was on the last show. It was in Toronto on the night, I believe, the night after Survivor Series in 2016. So yeah, on the Main Event. So we might get AOP versus the Revival, which is okay. Only problem is, nobody cares about the AOP and the Revival. That's the only issue. Because the Revival are always getting jobber entrances. They're not really taken seriously. They talk a lot, but they barely back it up. AOP, they're not really getting a crowd reaction either. That much, anyways. The last time they got a crowd reaction was when they debuted on Raw back in April. Ever since then, nobody cared since. So, bleh. That's all I can say about that. So, AOP being the tag champs, I was happy about it. But now, thinking it back, does it really matter? I mean, who else are going to pick? Heath Slater and Rhino? Where are they? You know? They're probably going to be on Team Raw for Survivor Series, for all I know. Okay. Let's get to Brock Lesnar's new deal reportedly carries him through WrestleMania 35. So, apparently the solution is simple for Vince McMahon, the chairman of the board, when he's in a bind at the top of the card. Brock Lesnar to a new deal. That's now happened for the second time this year, as Dave Meltzer of MMA Fighting is reporting that Lesnar has signed a new contract with the company. And though the exact length of the deal is still a secret, he's scheduled to work next April at WrestleMania 35 in MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Lesnar was supposed to be done with WWE for the foreseeable future and heading back to UFC, where it was believed he would challenge Daniel Cormier for the heavyweight championship in early 2019, after it was revealed that the company's top star, the big dog Roman Reigns, was stricken with his second leukemia diagnosis. Lesnar recaptured the vacant Universal title last Friday at Crown Jewel, that awful-ass show, in Saudi Arabia, by defeating Braun Strowman. Under the new deal, Lesnar is allowed to take on UFC fights, but as Meltzer noted in the report, it's not guaranteed that he will if he's going to hold onto that Universal title for a lengthy period of time. Again, this isn't the first time McMahon virtually panicked and made sure that Lesnar stayed around for just a bit longer. The consensus earlier this year was that Reigns would get his long-awaited victory over Lesnar for the Universal title at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans, but in stunning fashion, Lesnar retained the championship, even though it was believed that he was on his way out the door the very next day. It was announced that he had a new contract signed with WWE for a select number of dates this year. Lesnar's next scheduled appearance for the WWE is at Survivor Series, where he will face off AJ Styles in a non-title bout. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So Lesnar will be sticking around. Probably, this is a rumor. This is rumor, right? Rumor? Yeah, WWE News rumor. Yeah, so he's probably going to be sticking around till WrestleMania, unless he loses the Universal Championship. Say Royal Rumble? I don't know. I would like, if anything, I would, if WWE, if I honestly, I would have, I don't know what to say. I was like, because I would say, like, I was going to say, like, oh, I would have Lesnar defend the Universal title inside the Elimination Chamber. He's never been in there yet. He's never been in the Elimination Chamber. I know all the competitors in the Elimination Chamber. He's never been in one. So no one can tell me otherwise, okay? And I would put him inside the Elimination Chamber, but they're probably going to have an Elimination Chamber match where the winner will face him at WrestleMania like they did last year. So we'll have to see with that in the next 6 months, 5 months, heading towards WrestleMania. Triple H went under surgery, and obviously it was a success thanks to Dr. Douglas and his team. Triple H now looking to start his first day. His road to recovery begins now, and I really hope the game comes back. And yeah, Triple H has been through a lot. The knee, his. I was gonna say pectoral. His quads. He's been through that shit over the years. So this will be another situation, another injury for the game. This is actually the first time I've seen Triple H get hurt upper body. I think because everything else for me with Triple H, I think he gets hurt like his lower body, like his legs has been his like downfall, but his arms has been fine. That's just me. He may have had like some injuries, but it's still to a point where he can still continue and wrestle. I believe 2002 when he had a feud with The Undertaker, he had an elbow pad, a large elbow pad with like white tape. So he had an elbow injury, I think, but he was still able to wrestle though. That's the thing. So it's not like it's like a minor injury. So this is actually the first major injury that the game suffered upper body. I think I might be wrong on that, but still. All right. WWE rumors, ladies, on WrestleMania 35 main event, Daniel Bryan and more, from BleacherReport.com, and the whole thing with Brock Lesnar, that was reported by CBSSports.com. I forgot to mention that, my bad. So yeah, all right, let's begin with this news. As the end of 2018 draws near, talk around the wrestling world will inevitably turn to WrestleMania 35 and WWE's creative plans for the event. This week, the rumor mill delivered the first hint of what fans can expect from the massive sports entertainment spectacular, and some details may surprise you. WrestleMania 35 update. Randall Ortman of Cage Side Seats reported that with Roman Reigns no longer appearing at WrestleMania 35, the odds are greater than ever that women will headline the show, specifically mentioning Raw's Women's Champion in Ronda Rousey. Kind of sad, it took Roman Reigns to be legit, like, sick for something like this to happen. So you're telling me as long as Roman Reigns is at the top, nobody can shine? Because that's the vibe I'm getting here. It's like you're telling me nobody else can shine unless the big dog is in the main event. Wow, like it's ridiculous to me. Like, when is Roman Reigns has main evented 4 Manias in a row before he got sick? Like, for God's sakes, that's too much. 2, sure, but 3, okay, now you're pushing it. 4, over the limit. And I ain't talking about that garbage pay-per-view. So it's sad that now with Roman gone, now there's a chance for a woman to headline a show. It's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. Anyways, it is no real surprise considering Rousey's star power and the quality of her performance to this point. She has exceeded expectations in all aspects and have proven a legitimate big match performer for the company. Rousey is the type of transcendent star whose photo can be thrown on a poster or have her name splashed across media and instantly attract attention. Whenever she is squaring off with Nia Jax, or whether she's squaring off with Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, or Becky Lynch, her presence on the show elevates its visibility. The same will be said for WrestleMania. As for a prospective opponent, there is really only one that will generate the type of hype and buzz necessary to justify that spot on the show: Charlotte Flair. Rousey versus Flair will be a showdown of the 2 women heading the women's revolution for WWE right now, and a dream match of sorts for WWE fans. It also guarantees the best match, especially since the company is opting to blow Rousey's match versus Lynch at Survivor Series. So it's kind of like, they're just prepping Rousey for Charlotte by making her go through Lynch at Survivor Series, is what this basically says in the article. I mean, it's a lot better than the 4 horsewomen of WWE versus the 4 horsewomen of MMA, if you ask me, because we haven't seen anything from Jessamine Duke and the chauffeur, the other one, like, we haven't seen anything from those 2 yet. So I probably said this in the past. You should probably wait for another year when those 2 other halves, like those 2 of the 4 horsewomen of MMA, outside of Baszler and Rousey, they should be the ones to obviously reach a certain point to where fans would care about the match. So I would give those 2 at least time to develop, and then when the time is right, then you have the match. Right now, it's just dumb. That's why I'm a bit okay with Flair versus Rousey, even though I don't really see anything in this match. I really don't. You got the best wrestler I guess, in WWE's eyes. It's Charlotte Flair versus one of the best MMA women fighters there ever is in Ronda Rousey. There's nothing there, if you ask me. The big dream match that I would have that could main event WrestleMania is Rousey versus Baszler. Honest. Because Baszler is a badass heel. Rousey can be that babyface that she is now. But it's like, you got 2 friends, former friends. It's kind of like what I've been saying about if you want to debut Shayna Baszler into the main roster. Since Stephanie McMahon has been, embarrassed by Rousey on numerous occasions, you have Baszler be McMahon's heavy. And then you have the match at WrestleMania. Baszler versus Rousey at WrestleMania. That's just me. Daniel Bryan's status. According to PW Insider, Daniel Bryan was booked to face AJ Styles at Crown Jewel for the WWE title because he is well-known, high-profile star, and that is what the country's officials wanted for the show. His refusal to participate is not expected him expected to harm him politically going forward. John Cena also decided to forego competing at the show, with the controversy surrounding the American journalist Jamal Khashoggi, able to pronounce his name this time, murder in Saudi consulate in Turkey cause for his protests. It is refreshing to hear that such a decision will not cost Bryan any goodwill behind the scenes, especially in an industry where pushes have been halted for much more ridiculous reasons. That is true. Like, for example, getting yourself over. Zack Ryder is the main suspect when it comes to guys that, they're supposed to get a push. Zack Ryder, to me. And when he won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, why didn't they continue that wave of momentum? You know what I mean? But then again, it did make The Miz a lot better. This asshole ruined Zack Ryder's greatest moment of his career, winning a ladder match at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. You know what I mean? So I guess it benefited Miz, but it just made Ryder look like that one guy that you can never believe in, because, yeah, he'll get a lucky win here and there, but in the end, no matter how much he achieves, he's just going to fall flat on his face very, very quickly, and that's what sucks. So, yeah, good to hear that Bryan's not going to be fucked because his decision on not going to Crown Jewel, and besides, I'm glad he didn't go. Show sucked anyway. Apparently, Naito, I can't pronounce his first name. Tetsuya Naito, I think. Don't judge me, please. Offered WWE contract. Really now? Tokyo Sports reported loss. Holy shit! That is a long word that I'm not gonna pronounce. Okay, a Japan leader, Naito, was offered, or Japan leader? I don't know. This is weird. I'm sorry. Naito was offered a WWE contract immediately following the Dominion event where he lost the IWGP Intercontinental title to Chris Jericho. Naito said, "I don't even give it a thought. This New Japan ring is already the world's #1 stage. The fans know this. That's why I think we should focus on our home crowd before looking international." Naito is one of New Japan Pro Wrestling's biggest and most recognizable stars. At Wrestle Kingdom 13 on January 4th, he will challenge Jericho for the IC title in one of the show's most anticipated bouts. Perhaps above all else, he is one of the stars even fans in America know, respect, and have a great deal of adulation for. Keeping him in New Japan's pro wrestling best interest, thankfully for the promotion, Naito believes staying is in his. So, yeah, Naito, he was offered a contract, but he doesn't give it any thought. He just said, "Nah, you good. Nah, you good. I see how you book Raw. I see how you book Shinsuke Nakamura. I see how you book Asuka. I see how you book Kairi Sane. Nah, you good. I'm gonna stay in New Japan. I'm good. Thank you. I'm good for now. Thank you very much. I'm not gonna go anywhere. New Japan is my home. New Japan is my house. It's my yard. It's my kingdom. I'm not going nowhere. So I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for the offer. Thank you for the offer, but nah. I'm okay." And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it with the news and rumors that I've gotten so far. Brock Lesnar's contract and the finish against him and Thing. Okay, let's CBS Sports Survivor Series matches, card, location, date, rumors, start time, predictions. Let's check that out real quick. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the news. With Monday Night Raw, dude, just felt boring. It did. It had some highlights here and there. I mean, Ambrose dropping Rollins. He's like, "You wanna know what I did?" And he just didn't say anything. He just dropped him with a dirty deed. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm not really in a rush for you to tell me right now why you did what you did. Let me keep guessing, and then, I'm gonna then later on, tell me. Then then I'll find out. But for now, it's okay. So that's that with Rollins and Ambrose. AOP becoming tag champs is fine. And what else? Freaking, you had Natalia. I don't know what's going on with Natalia. Honestly, Natalia crying about something. Okay, look, it was her dad's sunglasses. But if you look at it, it's like a kid bringing his favorite sunglasses or his favorite toy to school, and then you have a bully or just a jerk right at school. That jerk, aka the Riot Squad, is in this case, right? They're gonna take your favorite precious thing and they're gonna break it in front of you because they're assholes. Pretty much, right? You've been dealing with the Riot Squad for the majority of the freaking year, or since you came to freaking Raw, and now all of a sudden, you're like, let me take my dad's sunglasses to the United Kingdom to face the Riot Squad for good luck. You didn't wear them at Evolution for fucking good luck. Why do you need them for good luck now? You didn't need them for good luck when you wrestled in a 10-woman tag last week. I don't understand that. You needed good luck to get a win over the Riot Squad again, even though you got 2 wins over the Riot Squad in tag matches. I don't understand you, Natty. And then you're crying. You got spit coming out of your lip. You're foaming at the mouth like you got fucking rabies, for God's sakes. Like, bro, you shouldn't have brought the glasses to begin with. That is your fault. I'm not feeling sorry for you, honestly. You don't see me taking my PS4 or my laptop or my TV or my phone or anything that I love and bringing it somewhere, and then bringing it somewhere to where it could potentially get damaged and I can't replace it. So whose fault is it, Natty? It's your fault, not mine. Not the Riot Squad, I mean, yeah, no one told the Riot Squad to destroy your shit, but you should have known. If they're able to pour ketchup and mayonnaise on your fucking door in your locker room, or rip people's papers in half, or push people around, being bullies backstage, shouldn't you have thought in your mind that, oh shit, they might take my precious daddy's sunglasses, let me not bring it to work? So, that's all I gotta say about that shit. So, good on the Riot Squad. I mean, look, I'm a fan of Jim Neanville Neidhart, from one Jim to another, okay? But in the end, you shouldn't have brought the fucking glasses to work. That's how I look at it. For good luck. There's other things you could use for good luck. Don't you wear his fucking jacket, or you have a jacket like his, for good luck? Shouldn't that be for good luck? The jacket that you wear reminiscing of him? Ah, Lord. I don't know what to say about that. Ronda Rousey's promo was she said that she's a bitch, or she's the baddest bitch. I've been calling you that for 3 years now. That you're the baddest bitch on the planet, no doubt. After what you did at WrestleMania 35 or 31, bruh, I knew you were the baddest bitch on the planet. And I once said, if you were dating Ronda Rousey and you cheated on her, fucking run for your fucking life. That's how bad she is in Ronda Rousey. That's how I felt. That if you fuck around with Ronda Rousey's emotions, you're gonna get fucked. Like, you're gonna get wrecked by Ronda Rousey. So I don't know why she's realizing it now. I'm the baddest bitch on the planet. Fuck out of here with that. Anyways, Nia Jax. Oh my God, Nia, please, enough. Stop this. Quit. Please, stop it. So you come out one week and you're like, oh, let's go wrestle as friends. Competition. And then the next week, you wrestle again. You beat Ember Moon. And then this week, you wrestle her again. after turning around to Rousey, hey, I'm coming for your title, so you better be careful after Survivor Series. At TLC, your ass is mine, pretty much, right? And some people don't really want to see it. I honestly have no problem with Rousey versus Nia because their match was great at Money in the Bank. So I have no problem seeing it again. Maybe it's because Nia Jax is a lot worse than before. Maybe that's the reason why they don't want to see it. That's how I look at it. But yeah, I mean, Nia Jax, I mean, she's a heel, she's face, she's heel, she's face, she's a cocky prick, and then this. And it's like, what are you? You know, people are like referring you to Big Show now. Heel, face, heel, face, heel, face. Like, at least Big Show, when he turns, he stays that way for a long period of time and then turns. Okay? Or at least a couple of months and then turn. Nia Jax, week in, week out, I don't know what she is. God, she's like Two-Face, but worse. At least Two-Face had a fucking coin to decide what he's gonna do to you. Nia Jax, one day she's nice, she'll let you go. The next day she'll rip your heart out. Like, what's going on? So then, she's just standing there after Tamina came through. Crickets, by the way. Crickets. She came through. Nobody done anything. Tamina grabs Ember to pick her up for a Samoan drop. And then Nia Jax like, no, what are you doing? Like so, like, either her acting was bad or, like, obviously being sarcastic and just didn't care. I don't know, but either way. She just standing there. No, don't. What are you doing? And then when she dropped her, she's like, pick her up or turn her around. And then Tamina had her in a Boston Crab, I think. And then Nia Jax dropped her with an elbow, which looked bad. And then they just beat up on Ember Moon. And then Nia's like, I won! The fuck did you win? You won nothing! You won Tamina! Yay! Winning Tamina is like winning a plastic bag. And a plastic bag has more value than Tamina on Raw. I'm sorry. I like Tamina. I do. But what has Tamina done since coming to Raw? She hasn't done anything on SmackDown Live either. So what has she done in her entire run in WWE, period? Absolutely nothing. Even when she was with AJ Lee, she didn't mean shit. So, Nia Jax won what? Her cousin being with her? What, they're going to be like the Usos now? What's going Like, what's going to happen now? The new Uso family in the women's division now, huh? God damn. I don't even know. So when people, when I hear people be like, "Oh, Nia Jax is related to The Rock," I'll be, she's related to The Rock, Rikishi, Usos, Roman, a lot of people, just saying. What else can I rant about Monday Night Raw, huh? Let me go. Kurt Angle. Let me tell you this about Kurt Angle, okay? Kurt Angle looked like a sad old man that will not let go of the past, and McIntyre made him pay for it. Good God. If that wasn't a death right there, if that wasn't like a man killing you on Raw, I don't know what that was. Jesus Christ. McIntyre ended Kurt Angle. Like, he beat Kurt Angle worse than, I don't know, like I can't think of any other embarrassing or big loss Kurt Angle suffered in his career at the moment. But shit, dude. Like, I think when EC3 beat him back in Impact in 2015, I think, you know, like a big loss for Kurt. Like, this is a big loss because I thought, I'm like, so is Kurt gonna go over McIntyre? No, McIntyre decimated Kurt, and he's like he hit him with the angle slam, and he locked in the ankle lock, and he just wrecked him, damn near killed him, bro. He just screwed him all over the place. Like Drew McIntyre locked in the ankle lock, and the angle when he tapped, I felt like I just felt weak. I was like shocked. I was like, holy shit. If that was an assassination right there, I don't know what it was. McIntyre ended Kurt Angle. And honestly, I would not book Kurt Angle to come back to wrestle for a long time. If Kurt Angle wants to wrestle, he needs more time to get in shape. He does not look... He looks slow, honestly. It's funny. When Kurt Angle was in WWE in the later years of his career, he started to look bad. Like, I think when he was in this wrestling machine phase in 06. And then when he went to TNA, dude, the man was skinny. The man looked clean. You know, like, the dude was... he just looked a lot better. So I hope if they give Kurt Angle more time, give Kurt Angle at least a year to train and get in good shape. You know, then, you know, people are going to want to see Kurt Angle a lot more. Let Kurt Angle train and wrestle and you know, get in shape a lot more as far as in-ring goes. Because Kurt looked slow and he just looked desperate, or he just looked bad. Shawn Michaels is in his 50s. The man hasn't wrestled in 8 years, and he moved exactly how he used to move. Okay? So that tells me something. Kurt Angle, what was the last time he wrestled in WWE before he came back? What was the last time he wrestled before he came back to WWE? I think it was March or February of last year against Cody Rhodes or Rey Mysterio. Dude, he looked a lot faster then. And, I mean, yeah, 1 year does make a difference, but at the same time, it didn't look like he changed from that point. So, what's going on with Kurt Angle, dude? I think Kurt Angle needs to go, and, you know, if he wants to wrestle, he needs a lot more time to get into shape. Like, bruh, he needs time, honest. Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley! Oh, my God! So, we started off with Lashley cutting a promo, Lio Rush cutting a promo, and Lashley, you know, pulling a Brock Lesnar. Just standing there and showing his muscles and showing how big he is with his big arms, the largest arms in the world, you know, all that shit. And then Lio Rush is like, show us your favorite pose, the special pose. And he bends over and he's showing everyone his cheeks. I'm like, what? So your greatest pose is you showing off your cheeks? Your glutes? What fuckery is this? What is this? So you're showing off your glutes, your cheeks? My boy, I don't need to see your glutes and your cheeks. Okay? People find it sus already that everybody's watching wrestling where dudes are wearing tights and trunks and all this shit. I don't need you to bend over and show me your fucking glutes. I don't need to see that shit. Please. My God. And then, Balor came out wearing his rainbow colors, looking like a Fruity Pebble. No, that's John Cena's thing. Skittles. There we go. Skittles. Looking like a nasty bag of Skittles and Finn Balor. And then, yeah, and he lost to Lashley. Who does this benefit? Nobody. At all. And Braun Strowman, you can tell that the dude is hurt because the way he runs, he's running like he has to take the biggest shit in his life. Honest. Have you seen the man run? He's like leaning forward, and he just like he's trying to walk fast, but it looks like he's running. Like it's weird. Like Braun Strowman looks so bad when he was running on Raw, dude. Before it's like, dude, I don't want you to chase after me, but now it's like, do you need to take a shit? Like, there's a washroom right on the left door. Yeah? Like, what's good with that? You know, Elias and Ziggler. Elias is over as fuck, obviously. But you know the United Kingdom people, you know, they don't hold back. They always, you know, go 100%. Unlike people in the fucking States. Fucking greedy fucks. You take it for granted, motherfuckers. Always sitting there and sit on your hands and don't say a damn word. At least, United Kingdom, they know how to have fun and they just do whatever the fuck they want and they don't care if it's on TV or not. So yeah, Ziggler and Elias had a match. It was boring, not gonna lie. And Elias got the win, drift away. The crowd chanted for Elias, and that was it. Yeah. And I think that's it for Monday Night Raw. I think I covered everything else. Oh, I forgot. I forgot about this important piece of Monday Night Raw. Okay, get ready. Apollo Crews versus Jinder Mahal. My God, this match is pay-per-view worthy, bro. Apollo Crews is a great athlete in the ring. He can do moonsaults and shooting stars and all this other shit. He can do so much. His Enziguri head kicks are to die for. Like his Enziguri head kicks are great, you know. And he's taking on Jinder Mahal. Jinder, a former United States and the WWE champion. My God, Jinder Mahal, the guy who has been irrelevant since fucking April. Jinder Mahal took on Apollo Snooze. My God, what a match! For fuck's sake. Anyways. Then, yeah, the Riot Squad, and then the opening segment. I knew Alexa Bliss was going to be the one to captain the show for Raw, captain Team Raw for the women, because she ain't doing shit, and she's hurt, so, yeah, it was kind of obvious. She looked decent. She didn't really look all that good compared to what everyone else is saying. Mandy Rose on SmackDown, on the other hand. I became a bigger Mandy Rose fan on SmackDown Live. Just saying. Because, honestly, I would take a Mandy Rose over Alexa Bliss. Any day! Twice on Sunday. Let's get to SmackDown, speaking of Mandy Rose, okay? So, SmackDown starts with Shane O'Mac getting booed because fuck him for winning the best in the world in air quotes. Okay. You had Shane saying, nah, I'm not the one who's the best. SmackDown is the best show. I'm like, okay, I'm glad you clarified that. I'm glad you saved yourself there, because if you said anything else, a big fuck you towards Shane O'Mac. CM Punk chants. Now, hold on, before I get to that, why are people reporting news about CM Punk potentially facing Shane McMahon? Why? First of all, isn't the dude signed to UFC? Because I swear, if he wasn't signed to UFC, there would have been news about that. So he signed the UFC. I don't think Dana White's going to let that happen unless they do a trade, I guess. Right? There's that. That's number one. Number two, the dude has no interest in wrestling right now. Maybe ever. But right now, I'm sticking with right now. Because you never know what can happen in the next couple of years. Yeah, for right now, he has no interest in coming back to wrestling. So why would he come back to a company that he fucking berated on the podcast years ago? All of a sudden, hey, how you doing? Yo, Hunter, Vince, you're still here. What's good? No, not the case. And then, I'm sure he's living life right now. Why would he want to take his happy life and make it miserable again, maybe, by going back to World Wrestling Entertainment? Explain that to me. The awful schedule that he has to go through. And then, everything. Unless they give him a Brock Lesnar-like contract, I don't see CM Punk coming back at any time soon. So I don't know why the fuck people are trying to report, WWE is trying to set up a Shane McMahon versus Brock Lesnar, Shane McMahon versus CM Punk match at maybe WrestleMania 35. All because of the whole best in the world. All because of the whole best in the world title. Didn't Jericho call himself that at first? Wasn't Jericho the first guy to come out and say, I am the best in the world at what I do, right? What was it, 2008 he started to say that? So, why are people using those words and associating it with CM Punk? Because he shouts out best in the world in his entrances? Like, I don't understand that. Jericho is one of the best in the world right now, if you ask me, because he finds a way to change his whole identity every fucking time. So, I mean, I'm not saying it should be Shane versus Jericho. I'm just saying, bro, just why the news about Punk when Punk hasn't done anything wrestling related in so fucking long? And I'm not even gonna count that whole thing he did. What was it? During the All In weekend, the whole thing he did. I forgot what it was, but that thing he did. You know, but outside of that, he hasn't done anything wrestling related. He hasn't went to a wrestling show that I know of or that was reported, or he hasn't, you know, done anything wrestling related, basically. Like, he hasn't done anything, you know, that has anything to do with wrestling. So why are you reporting news about CM Punk? Fucking idiots. That's all I have to say about that. Whew. Anyway, Shane McMahon, right, saying that he's not the best in the world, SmackDown is. And then he brings out Daniel Bryan to be the captain, right? Daniel Bryan comes out, he's like, yeah. Miz comes out and says, I should be the one to be captain since I was the one that made it to the finals of the tournament. And then, you know, Shane McMahon's like, how about this? Co-captains, Bryan and Miz. And both men were like, nah, it's not going to work. Shane's like, look, SmackDown, the roster's been too comfortable. You got to make it uncomfortable. And you two are not comfortable with each other. So that's why y'all two are co-captains. And I'm like, okay, I respect that. Plus, give me flashbacks of 2009 when Kane and Jericho were co-captains of SmackDown years ago for that bragging rights thing. So, yeah, it's weird to see that. And then Miz was trying to suck up to Shane, saying that, hey, I got my first pick. You, Shane. And then Bryan's like, I hate to admit it, but he's right. You, Shane, you bleed blue. You are the embodiment of SmackDown Live. You are truly behind the blue brand. So, yeah. And then Shane's like, okay, since you guys put that much stock in me, I accept. I'm like, okay, so Shane McMahon, 3 years. For 3 years. Wow. The third time Shane McMahon will be a part of Survivor Series in a Survivor Series match. But at least he's not the team captain this time. Right? So, you got that. And then you had the Usos versus the New Day, where the New Day lost to the Usos, thankfully. Can I be honest with y'all? As much as the Usos and the New Day have been great, right? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I kind of want the brand split to end. Why? Because how many times people want to complain about the Riot Squad and Banks and Bailey and the rest of the... How many times have we seen the fucking Usos take on the New Day? As great as their matches have been, or were, whatever, as great as they are, how many times have we seen that? I still remember when people complain about, oh, we've seen too much of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, even though they only fought twice in one-on-one matches. Oh, we've seen too much of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But yet, you got the fucking Usos taking on the New Day. How many times? How many times this year? And nobody complains. Nobody says a word. Nobody says anything about that. But yeah, when it's something like a Zayn and Owens, oh, can this feud end? No more matches between... Nigga, fuck you. Honest. Honest. That's the best way I could say it. Fuck you. Okay? The fact that you guys complain about that, but yet you don't say nothing about the Usos versus the fucking New Day. Yeah, great matches. But yeah, how many times have we seen that already? It's too much. I'm done with that. Can we move on from that, please? So yeah, they won the match, and now they're the captains, and the Usos and the New Day were the first tag team to be chosen by the Usos, which is great. I'm just saying, like, people will complain about the Riot Squad versus Banks, Bailey, and whoever, right? I mean, yeah, they have been going at it for the majority of the year, but if you look at it, so has the New Day. At least the Riot Squad went from one brand to the other, and then they're just fighting people. But the New Day and the Usos have been going at it from summer of last year to now. They have at least faced at least once in a couple of months. You know? So, I'm just call a spade, if you ask me. You know? If you're going to complain about one thing, if you're going to complain about one match being repetitive, then you got to do the same for the other match that's been repetitive as well. I've heard nobody complain about the Usos and New Day facing each other again and again and again and again. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I feel like exhausted just by having those matches alone. Honest. Yeah, Brian and Miz were the highlights of the show, no doubt about it. Becky Lynch's promo was on fire. Nikki Cross debuting. I did not like the fact that Nikki Cross tapped out to Becky Lynch, but it is what it is. Joe being picked by Miz. Brian picked Hardy, which I thought was a lame pick. If you ask me, I'll say, oh, okay, but lame, honestly. Mysterio taking on Almas was a great match. Some people were like, I wish there was build to it. Then again, you know, sometimes you need the first match to be enough to build for the future, you know? I mean, look at, like, Rock and Austin at WrestleMania 19. They took their past history and then they just used that for build. They didn't really do anything new for build, you know? They just took that, oh, Rock never beat Austin at WrestleMania. You know, the first time, failed. Second time, failed. So they could use the first match between Almas and Mysterio on SmackDown this week, and they can use that to build for something else in the future. So that's why I had no problem with seeing Rey Mysterio versus Almas if there is going to be a feud between the two. Also, Nakamura cut in a funny promo reminding me how good he is about what he's going to do to Seth Rollins, making Rollins cheer up, make him forget all about his troubles when he took the trip to knock America and gets a knee to face. Rey Mysterio beats Almas, and Randy Orton hits a freaking out of nowhere RKO. He RKO's Mysterio out of his mask, like not literally, but like it was out of nowhere. It was great. Like they really do have Randy Orton do these out of nowhere RKOs very well. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I found it cringy before because it would be like, oh, RKO out of nowhere, bitch! I saw that coming from a mile away. Come on now, but these RKOs as of late, those are out of nowhere. I don't know why they're not being popular like they were 3 years ago, which is weird. And AJ Styles talk about what he's gonna do to Brock Lesnar, getting a win this year compared to last year. Mandy Rose, oh, beautiful looking Mandy Rose. Good God Almighty! Look, you got Paige in the ring, calling out the people that will be teaming up for a SmackDown Live Survivor Series team for the women. You had Carmella come out. I'm like, okay. You had DeVille come out. I'm like, why? But I was like, okay. And then you had Asuka come out. I'm like, okay, yeah. Yeah, Charlotte, which was expected, and then she didn't show up. I'm like, oh. I'm like, so are they gonna try to make? What's going on? Are they gonna try to make Charlotte look like a? I don't want to say sympathetic babyface, but like where you question where her mindset is. Like, does she have the confidence that she once had? Did she lose all of that when she lost to Becky Lynch at Evolution? Like, what's going on with that? What's going on with Charlotte Flair? And then Mandy Rose came out. And then Byron Saxon like, that's not Charlotte Flair. And then Corey Graves was like, who? Like I was like, I caught that, but I can't laugh because I'll fucking cough to death if I do. But it was a great moment regardless. It's a great funny line by Corey Graves. But I felt the same way. I'm like, who? There comes Mandy Rose. Literally. Tonight, like, not tonight, but like that day on SmackDown Live on Tuesday. That was when I was really open to Mandy Rose. Before I was like, she's just a pretty face on the roster. Doesn't really do much. I don't care. But then she came out and she started talking. I'm like, oh shit! Like, my God, bro. She came out and she's like, look, obviously I'm not the blonde that you ordered, but I'm obviously an upgrade. Paige is like, look, you're not going to be the one taking Flair's spot on the team. No. And Rose is like, look, it's okay. I know, but I'm just curious. Why did you pick DeVille over me? You know? I don't want to eliminate her at the elimination, Jesus Christ, Evolution pay-per-view, right? But in the Battle Royale. You know? She's a little bit concerned about Paige's decision. And then she goes after Asuka saying the Empress of Tomorrow is yesterday's news. Facts. She goes to Carmella saying, hey, your title reign is just like your dance break. Short and meaningless. Facts. Then you had Mandy Rose go over to I believe Naomi, and she's like, let me ask you this, Naomi. Is anyone really feeling the glow? Does anyone still feel the glow? The crowd cheered. Some of them did. Right? Naomi was like, yeah, thanks for backing me up. And then, when I mean people, I mean Jimmy. Does Jimmy Uso feel the glow? And then I was like, ooh, shit. And then Naomi decks her in the face, and they had a fight. And then DeVille broke them up. And then DeVille and Mandy Rose had a face-to-face off. And then Mandy Rose left the ring. And it's like, shit. There might be a match between Rose and DeVille where the winner will be in the Survivor Series team. Honestly, I would give Mandy Rose a shot. Mandy Rose, obviously, people want to see. Yeah, because how hot she is. But at the same time, you know, Mandy Rose has been impressive in the ring. I mean, when I remember her matches with Asuka months ago. So I'm sure that she could hang in the ring, especially with the Raw superstars of the Raw Women's Division. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they might have a match, or they might both be on the team. Who knows? We'll see. And then we have the main event. Hardy and Joe go at it, and Joe gets the win. Bryan starts attacking Joe, and then he locks him in the S-lock. Miz broke it up. Bryan attacks Miz. Shane McMahon got involved, and then Bryan dropped Shane. And then Bryan leaves the ring and leaves, and he's like, bruh. Like, Bryan looked like a sad man that has lost everything. You know? It was sad. It was sad, but in the end, that's what it is. That's what it is nowadays. So yeah, that's Team SmackDown. You got Miz, Joe, Bryan, Mysterio for Team SmackDown, right? Yeah, Joe, Miz, Bryan, Mysterio, someone else. I'm forgetting someone else. Shit. But yeah, it's Shane. There we go, Shane versus the Dogs of War and Baron Corbin, I think. So you got that. So, and that's it, man. That's all there is to talk about. Yeah, I'm recording this on the same day as NXT, so obviously I can't really talk about NXT or NXT UK or even 205 Live yet. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will be live streaming. I should be live streaming in the next couple of days. And I will have NXT. And also, my career videos will be out this week. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. If you have not checked out Survivor Series, please check it out. Thank you guys for watching or /listening to the 7 Days podcast. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If I yelled in your ears, my bad. Hope you guys really like this video and subscribe as well. Follow me on Twitter at Boy130Gym, where I'll be tweeting, during pay-per-views and all this other stuff. So I hope you guys will check that out. And I'll see you guys next time. And I am out. Make sure your sub boxes, or you're paying attention to your sub boxes, because videos will be coming out in the next couple of days. I'm out. Later.